I was over in Pakistan, Afghanistan last 4th of July when the conditions were starting to deteriorate, and I remember coming back and visiting with President Bush about this and making the recommendation that we need more resources. I know in the transition team, this is one of the recommendations that was made, was to do exactly what you're getting ready to do, and that is a surge in forces. In my view, we either get all in to win or we get out. And I think that's how most Americans feel about this issue. To Secretary Gates and Adm Mullen, the way you turn the Iraq war around and many others, I think there are many lessons to be learned by that. The counterinsurgency mission, the surge, the Sunni awakening, many of these actually turned it around so we can say that we've won that war. The one thing that we fought very hard in the Congress was the idea of timelines. The President has announced an 18-month timeline before withdrawal. I sensed a bit of inconsistency in the message last night between withdrawing based upon conditions on the ground and a withdrawal based upon an 18-month timeline. My concern is the Afghan people and the tribal leaders are trying to weigh who their alliance allegiance is going to be with, and if they don't see a long-term commitment or a sustainable commitment on our part, and if they feel that we're going to abandon the mission at any given point, that they're going to side with the Taliban. Because if we leave, they're dead. And that's a simple message. And I want to pose that first question. If you can explain to me the inconsistency between withdrawing based upon conditions on the ground versus a withdrawal based upon an 18-month timeline.
I think the absoluteness of it is not intended at all. And I think, withdrawal, exit strategy, we're done, goodbye, that's just not going to happen. It is a transfer and transition strategy and the decision is show strong resolve. This is a huge commitment. It's the right commitment. It gives us the forces to turn this thing around. We know we can do that. And at the same time, it creates an expectation we're not going to be there forever. And to the discussion about telling the enemy what we're doing. I mean, this insurgency has gotten worse every year since 2006. It's not going to significantly get better or worse based on July of 2011. At least that's my view. So it's a signal that we are in, we can win this thing, and at the same time, Afghanistan, you have to pick up on this. And we cannot win this if the Afghan government and the Afghan people don't reach out and share this. Another 30,000 troops on top of this wouldn't make any difference. That's the message. So, and that's got to happen over the next couple of years. And General McChrystal, I'm sure, and he'll tell you this personally when he's here, feels this way as well. We've got to turn this thing in the next 18 to 24 months.
With respect to what we did in Iraq with the Sunni awakening, can you tell me what this plan proposes? Because in my view, winning the hearts and minds as we did with the tribal leaders in Iraq is critically essential in Afghanistan.
Great focus there. We've seen some of that. I think it's way too early to say that it's going to happen per se, but this is part of this strategy is the reintegration and reconciliation aspect of it at senior levels right down into the villages. And so we expect that will be a part of this as well, but it's not going to happen until we start turning security around.
With the last minute I have, there have been reports that, and I believe we win this with good intelligence, there have been reports that terrorists are captured on the battlefield in Afghanistan and are taken to the detention facilities and then read their Miranda rights. The first line is you have the right to remain silent. The second, you have a right to an attorney. I don't know whether, in fact, that's happening. If it is, in my view, that cuts off the intelligence flow because we can't get inside the terrorist's head like we did with Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. Will the panel comment on that?
I don't think that's true.
And it would be good to verify whether there's a lot of, perhaps it's misinformation out there that this is occurring.
Well, we will try to find out for you, but I don't have any reason to believe that.
Yeah. Nor do I.
Okay, that's good to have that answer. Thank you.